All right, before I get started on how storytelling monetizes music engineering to improve your lyrics, definitely subscribe and we can get into it. How does storytelling make music engineering the most valuable thing you can learn as a music artist? By bringing knowledge from your unique perspective to those interested in music engineering and offering courses or services, or both. Now, music engineering is a skill you can monetize. And this is important because every business, every personal brand needs storytelling in order to grow and build an audience. When you apply content writing, which is anything connecting to people like Instagram posts or Twitter posts, YouTube, movies, songs, all of it, it's storytelling. And it's a form of content writing. And when you apply content writing to music engineering, that's what monetizes music engineering. By bringing knowledge from your unique perspective to those interested in music engineering and offering courses and services. You see the connection now? How content writing and music engineering are connected through storytelling. And I'll get into how it connects with the mindset development and lyrics as well. But right now, I just need you to know that content writing is what monetizes music engineering, just like it does with any other business, simply by providing knowledge from your unique perspective to those interested in music engineering and offering courses and services, or both. Let me give you an example. Content writing consists of 5 things: the hook, the lead, the body, the conclusion, and the call to action. The hook is what grabs the reader's attention and makes them want to read more. The lead is what introduces the problem and issues associated with it. The body shows how to overcome those issues. The conclusion recaps and leaves with value. And a call to action makes the offer. All right, let's say I want to teach you how to use a compressor. What I would use for the hook is something like why you can't hear compression. This draws you in because you don't know how to use a compressor. And for the lead, I would say, I would say you don't know what to listen for, and so you're randomly twisting knobs hoping for the best. This introduces the problem and issues associated with it. Now for the body, I would give you a list on things to do and what to listen for, which I did in the article. And then for the conclusion, I would close it off with a recap and some value. And I would say something that like, now you know what to listen for when you're using a compressor, which will bring you better mixes and masters. And then for the call to action, I would say, download my free training or download my course or whatever, is making an offer to you to bring you higher value. That's how content writing, which is storytelling, leads into music engineering, which is also like any other business or brand or whatever. Storytelling isn't everything. And this shows how storytelling brings value to build an audience, which brings authority, which leads to sales. And this is also something you would use in what's called medium form content, which brings deeper value to, posts like on Instagram, Twitter, things like that. But I'll get into that later as well too. This also benefits your lyrics. Content writing and lyrics both rely on storytelling, and so they share techniques that grab attention, hold attention, and deliver value. And for example, storytelling. With the content writing, you have attention, lead, body, conclusion, and call to action. Well, songs don't really have call to actions. That's just only one of the nuances that makes them different. Nothing serious. But for a song, the attention that you would use in a song is the chorus or the hook. For the lead in a song is verse 1. It introduces the character, their problems, and the problems associated with that problem that the character is facing. And then for the body, you would have verse 2, which brings more depth to the character, the things that they have to overcome to solve the issues and, things that they're facing along the way. And then for the conclusion is verse 3, or the bridge for a song. It recaps everything and delivers it to you. That's how storytelling monetizes music engineering through content writing to improve your lyrics. And as a bonus, because I didn't forget, But storytelling, the way storytelling is connected with your mindset, is that your mindset is responsible for the perspective that you bring. And that narrative influences or impacts your tone, the view, and the style of your storytelling. And as you develop your mindset, you bring new perspectives that resonate deeper with your audience, not just with music, but in business as well. And I'll get into more of this in later articles, but now you see how storytelling monetizes music engineering to improve your lyrics. All right, so now I want to share a couple of quotes from some pretty big names in the business world. Russell Brunson is one of them, and he's a guy who created a funnel framework which brings someone who's not a customer to a really valuable customer. And there's steps through there, you know, by bringing more and more value to them that they, you know, really appreciate. And something he said in his book called .com Series is, I knew the most valuable thing I could share in that moment was my hook, story, offer framework, because this was not only the key to getting what you want in business, but it's also the key to getting anything you want in life. And now the other guy that I have is Seth Godin, and he's a guy who really mastered email marketing by getting someone's permission, you know, to, you know, bring them value, you know, and value that builds a relationship with that person that, you know, you're email marketing to, you know, and, you know, selling things to them that bring value over time, but really being about building a relationship. And something he said is, marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories you tell. Storytelling is incorporated with anything having to do with connecting with people, from Instagram posts to ads on TV to movies to music. Anything connecting with people, there's a story behind it. And there's different frameworks for attention, lead, body, conclusion, and call to action. There's different frameworks, and you can check those out on the article that I put up. But with these, you can hit at different angles on what you're necessarily using them for. And I know that might sound kind of confusing, but for example, there's different forms: short form, medium form, and long form. For short form, this is more like Instagram posts, Facebook posts, TikToks. These are when you're providing value through attention, lead, body, conclusion, but not call to action. Right now, you're just focused on building the audience, you know, bringing value to them, which is building your authority and growing your audience. And then the next thing is medium content, well, medium form content. And this is doing the same thing, but bringing more value, you know, deeper value. And it's also having a call to action, but that call to action is to dive into the longer form content. You're not necessarily selling them anything or anything like that. You're just bringing them value that's deeper than the short form value and telling them to go check out the longer form content. And now the medium value is more like, you know, reels or longer Instagram carousels, things like that, threads on Twitter. And you're bringing them to your longer form content, which is, you know, a newsletter, an email, an article, or YouTube video, things like that, where you're bringing more depth, more value, which is also bringing more authority, so that, you know, people trust what you're saying and know that you know what you're saying, because you're having all this research that you've done to create this longer form and really dig deep into it. And then when you bring enough value for them, then you make your offer, and that offer brings more value and solves whatever issue that they're, you know, dealing with. And so this is how you hit with different angles on those frameworks of attention, lead, body, conclusion, and call to action. Now, everything I went over today is about how storytelling monetizes music engineering to improve your lyrics. And the benefits that follow are being able to understand how to build an audience, a social media strategy, a timeless skill, which is content writing, because every business and personal brand and anything connecting with people needs to know content writing, which is storytelling. Increase sales and understanding how to articulate your thoughts, which will improve your mindset, which will improve your storytelling, your content writing, and your lyrics, because you're adding so much more depth behind it all to really resonate with your fans, your audience, the people you're connecting with. Now you understand how storytelling monetizes music engineering to improve your lyrics by bringing knowledge from your unique perspective to those interested in music engineering and offering courses or services to them. If you found value in this video, definitely subscribe and make sure to download the free mixing training and the EQ cheat sheet that comes with it to get started and join me on this journey. But of course, obsess your journey.